Hello, church. Welcome to the end of another week. I look forward to joining you for worship on Sunday as we start a new sermon series. It's called No Fair, and it dives us into the Gospel of Matthew just for a few short weeks as we explore what God's grace has to teach us about fairness. And that's a great opportunity for you to invite others to join us. So, the easiest invitation you can ever make to worship is to invite someone to join us online. And you can do that by having them join us at Facebook or on YouTube. You can send them to our website to find those links. And then also, of course, all those services are available after Sunday. They just stay up and are accessible on both platforms and also on our website. And then also we have audio files. You may not know this, but you can go to our website and just listen. No video, but just audio of our scripture and our sermon. And then, of course, for those that don't have internet, we have the Sermon by Phone app, which it's a simple local phone number that you call in anytime after Sunday morning, 10 o'clock, and you can listen to the whole entire worship service that way. So I'm thankful for those ways that we can reach out not only to one another, but even to our community through worship. Now, one other thing we have coming up is on Tuesday, October 13th. I hope you'll consider joining what the Dialogue class is hosting with an evening learning about African American history in Virginia. Lois Winter, who is a former teacher and a member of the York County Historical Committee, has a wonderful presentation. And some may wonder, why are we doing that? So the Dialogues group that met and had a lengthy series of conversations around race has decided that has kind of pushed them into wanting to take some action steps. One of the things they realized is that we haven't always been taught well about certain parts of our history in our country and in our state. And so one of those things is around African American history. And so Lois has been invited to come and give a presentation. And one of the interesting things you might want to consider is if you join us at 7 o'clock on Tuesday, you might be able to reflect on what you have been taught and then compare that to what Lois shares with us, because we do know that over time, history has begun to be taught differently, and new and different things have been taught to our children that perhaps were not taught to us when we were young. And so I invite you to be a part of that. That's a faithful thing for us as the people of God to do, because we witness what's happening in our world and in our country. And when we think about our vision for Crooks as we make space for God and for others, one of the ways that we can best do that, especially around others, is learning more about our community and about the people in our community and the experiences that they have had. And also, as we think about history, it's important to learn history to help us know how that influences today. So this is actually a faithful thing to do, and I hope you'll consider participating. That's going to be on Facebook, or on Zoom. We've sent those links. If you have questions about that, you can contact me or Laura Whitefleet-Smith. We know that we continue to have small group studies. We continue to send out blessing bags to our more isolated, vulnerable members who are just needing some extra encouragement. We have faith formation material going out to families to work with our children. Some other ministry opportunities hopefully coming. And I continue to say I love hearing the ideas that you have about how we might be able to have some expressions of Christ's love in the community through this time, through some ministry and mission opportunities, and perhaps ones that you want to take leadership in. And so, friends, know that the last thing I want to mention is that we do have an outdoor in-person communion service coming up on October 18th. There's information about that in the e-news, about the requirements, and as well as needing to fill out a health acknowledgement form by next Thursday to RSVP. But know that this month, one thing that's different is that you'll be able to take off your mask and partake of the communion elements while we're seated and being all together. So that's one thing we weren't able to do last time, but we're able to do this time. And even though it's hard to fellowship 6 feet apart, I know that those that attended last month shared how blessed that experience was. And so if you feel comfortable coming out, staying distanced, wearing a mask, and participating in worship in that way, I invite you to join us on the 18th. All right, friends, be well, be safe. I'll see you Sunday.